It's kind of fading now, but there was straight up a double earlier and it went all the way across. Someone somewhere in this apartment is blasting Arctic Monkeys so loudly that I can hear it in my room. I love apartment living. So everyone loved my screen print. I'm really happy. There were 2 days this week that I spent 9 hours each in the studio, so that's 18 hours. And that wasn't even the end of it. That was just a chunk of work time. I don't think these videos do justice to how difficult screen printing is. Like, first of all, I'm really slow at printing. Second of all, everything that could possibly go wrong went wrong. Literally everything. But finally, I produced a piece that I'm really happy with, and I think it turned out so well, and everyone loved it so much, and I think the whole experience was ultimately worth it, even if I wanted to scream a lot of the time. My heart's doing a flutter, and I'm not really sure why. Probably because of the next thing I'm going to talk about, which is ending up on the front page of the newspaper. That's me, right there, looking like a dork. 'Cause I organized a protest. So let me explain a little bit. Her Choice is a crisis pregnancy center that is directly across the street from campus. Oh man. My friend Taylor came into our force meeting to explain to our new members what crisis pregnancy centers are.
Once women are enticed into crisis pregnancy centers, they may be subjected to a variety of coercive and offensive tactics intended to prevent them from exercising their right to choose an abortion. Women may be forced to watch shocking films, slideshows, or pictures designed to scare themselves into carrying their baby to term. They also emotionally manipulate people. One volunteer at a crisis pregnancy center states that to shake off the complacency of women seeking abortion care, she would pull out a big color photo of a fetus with closed eyes and a smile, and then she would flip to another full-page color of fetuses in a trash bin.
So they say that they're there to help you, but they really don't want you to have an abortion. So, not a lot of people know that about Her Choice because of the name, but I found their website, that's for volunteers and donors, and the front page of their website said, "Be a partner in ending abortion in Bowling Green." And there were other web pages with headlines like, "Abortion is near," and lines like, "Abortion is heartbreaking to God." So yeah, they're totally unbiased and judgment-free. Anyway, I decided to expose them. Okay, so I never really saw myself as a leader before this. Something about this experience really transformed me into one. So while I was dying over finishing screen printing, I was also organizing pretty much an entire protest. Her Choice was having their annual Lace Up for Life walk, and I decided at 8:30 a.m. on a Saturday to protest their walk. The night before, okay, so people who protest abortion outside the clinic in Toledo like to do this thing where they chalk the sidewalks and say things like, "Mommy, please don't kill me," and stuff to make patients feel guilty. So, we went out the night before our protest to the sidewalks of Her Choice and chalked things like, "We heart abortion."
I'm gonna run out of this chalk before I get right to the end!
A lot of you are not familiar with what crisis pregnancy centers are, and some people doubt that Her Choice is a crisis pregnancy center. They admit that it is, but they say that they can put their biases aside to provide unbiased care, even though their website says that they're looking for women who want an abortion so that they can talk them out of it. So other than their own quotes from their own website that I quote extensively in this article, I also have some materials from Her Choice. Let's start out with their generic Her Choice pamphlet. They state that they are staffed by professional women who offer support and respect to everyone who walks in our doors. Hope starts here. You have options. You have time. They talk a lot about unconditional acceptance, free and confidential, valuable up-to-date information and resources. Nowhere, anywhere on this pamphlet do they say that they are a religious organization or that they are anti-abortion. So let's go from what isn't there to what is there by this fun pamphlet they gave out at Campus Fest this year. It's called Your Sexual Exposure, and it talks about how many people you're exposed to every time you have sex. While you get to 16 partners, you've been exposed to 65,535 sexual partners. So one of my friends did some math, and she found that if you use their method, by your 33rd partner, you've been sexually exposed to at least the entire population of the Earth. Very, very helpful to know that you're having sex with the entire planet. The inside of the pamphlet, they have a chart of the most common STDs, but what I'm most interested in is this side. It opens with, "It's your choice," which sounds like, you know, positivity, but it goes on to say, it basically goes on to emphasize that condoms don't work. No form of contraception is 100% effective, but you should have the safest sex possible. This heading says, "Won't condoms protect me?" And then it quotes a bunch of stuff that the CDC says about the risks that condoms reduce, but what they choose to emphasize is words like can occur, may lower. Like, they make it sound like they're questionable. It's like a really subtle manipulation tactic. And at the end of it, they say, the only guaranteed way to avoid pregnancy or infection with a sexually transmitted disease is to practice sexual abstinence while single. If you marry, select a partner who is not infected with an STD and remain sexually faithful during marriage. All other methods leave you at risk. It's your personal choice. Make it a good one. So what they're saying is, it's your choice, but you should remain abstinent, because sex is bad. That's pretty subtle stuff. Okay, you might be on that side of, well, sex is dangerous and abstinence is the only 100% effective method. Well, if you look on the back, they have information about where the pamphlet comes from. It's from an organization called Heritage House, and I looked it up, and it is a very anti-choice website. They sell fetus replicas. There's another material I don't have with me, but I have a picture that someone sent me when they went to the center about a year ago before they changed their location and name, and it is a really fantastic handout about the differences between adoption and abortion.
My favorite, adoption, your pregnancy ends with giving life. Abortion, your pregnancy ends with death. This is wild. And it's real. They pass this shit out to people, oftentimes young, scared women that don't know any better. All of these things feed into one another, and they're all part of the pro-life agenda to end abortion and to basically abolish femme and female sexuality. So, why are we here? We're gonna f these people up. Not literally.
It's a peaceful protest.
It's a totally peaceful
I led the darn thing. That was weird. I had to yell for basically 2 straight hours, and anytime my voice failed a little bit, the voices of my friends like surged up to support me, and I felt everyone's love.
No back alleys in the night! For safe choices we will fight! What do we want? Choice! When do we want it? Always! What do we want? Choice! When do we want it? Always!
Anyway, Her Choice continues to insist that they can put their biases aside to help people, and they really don't like me. You guys are probably gonna see more conflict in the future. Anyway, that's basically all I want to talk about. I hope life is treating you well, and I will see you in the next video.
Women's rights are human rights! Fight!